Let's run this up. Let's run this up. What's up, y'all? It's a good day. Happy Tuesday, everybody. This is DaGuru Sports Talk. I'm your host, DaGuru, and today we're gonna be talking some more NBA playoffs and LeBron James' future. Uh, my co-host is come on in, Money Groove. Um, let me see. You have to come on in now. Waiting on Money Groove to come on in now. That's what I'm waiting on right now. Waiting on Money Groove to come on in. This is Trader Guru Sports Talk. Hope everybody had a good day. I just want to wait on him to get started. So, shout out my boy to Steve Walker with the 313 Sports Report Talk. Shout out to Steve Walker. Uh, man, come on, man. Just waiting on Money Groove to come on in. Uh, I'm gonna get started. Hold on. I'm trying to be patient and wait on it. I'm getting started. I don't know what's going on with Money Guru coming in. Come on, Guru. I might do a restart. I might start back over. Come on, man. So great. Let me just start back over, man. I'm just gonna go by myself, man. Let me just start this back over. Let me see. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to let my co-host in. I'm gonna just go ahead and talk. Okay, let me start over. This is Trader Guru Sports Talk. I am the host, Trader Guru. Okay, my topics are today, the continuation of the NBA playoffs and LeBron James' future. Right now, I'm gonna talk about LeBron James. Um, LeBron James accolades. He's a four-time NBA champion, a four-time NFL, not a four-time Finals MVP. He's a regular season MVP, four-time regular season MVP. The NBA, we know the NBA All-Star leading scorer, the 22 All-Star. Um, he 21 All-Star team record. He's a three-time All-Star MVP, and he a 2004 Rookie of the Year. Six-time All Defensive Team. He's a 2008 scoring champion, 2020 assist leader, 2023 regular season champion MVP. He's a three-time Olympian with 2008, 2012, and 2024. And this is my thoughts on LeBron James' future. Last night, they lost to Oklahoma City Thunder, 115 to 110. And as we know, that the Oklahoma Thunders had swept the Los Angeles Lakers, in LA. Um, LeBron gave it all, his all last night. As we know, Luka Doncic was hurt with his hamstring injury. So we also know that Marcus Smart, Austin Reeves, Ruka, Monica, I guess I'm saying his name right. I feel like Rua picked the wrong time to try to like come alive. You know what I'm saying? Him and Vanderbilt, those guys should have been came alive to gain LeBron James some help, but they do him no justice. And I think, now the season has come to an end. LeBron James is officially a free agent. Um, and everybody, this is the hot topic today. What is LeBron James' future is going to be like? He's 41 years old. He's been in with the Lakers for 8 years. Here goes Money Groove.
Yo,
What's going on?
maintain.
All right, let me so I can get my hold up for a second, man. Let me see. I'm trying to get my
Man, I thought
AirPods.
you sent me a virus, man. I wouldn't be mad at you, Cole. Like, man, you trying to put no virus on my laptop now. That's the work laptop. got in it though.
Yeah. Can you hear me very well?
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
Okay, I'm taking my AirPods together, man. Hold on for just a second. Can you hear me now, cuz?
Yeah,
I'm still my AirPods acting up, man. Hold on. Can you hear me now, cuz?
yeah.
Come on, man.
I can hear
How's
you,
it going here?
Cole.
'Cause I was trying to, my AirPods. I'm trying to speak to my AirPods. That's what I'm trying to speak off of. Man, this is it's not connecting some kind of reason, man. But I'm just gonna go on, man. Today I was talking about LeBron James' future, and also we're gonna talk about um, like Cleveland and Detroit series. I think Cleveland and Detroit plays tonight at 7 o'clock. So I was gonna just read you again LeBron James accolades. LeBron James, four-time NBA champion. He is a four-time Finals MVP. He's a four-time regular season champ. He's an all-time leading scorer. He's a 22 All-Star, and has 21 NBA team records. He's a three-time MVP. 2004 Rookie of the Year. He's a six-time defensive team. He's a 2008 scoring champion. 2020 assist leader. A
Who you talking
2012
about, Jordan?
I'm talking about I'm talking about LeBron James. I'm talking about he's a 2023 regular season tournament MVP. He's a three-time Olympic gold medalist in 2008, 12, and 24. And he's a 2024 Olympic MVP on that. Just give me your thoughts and opinion about LeBron James. You know, accolades in his future. What do you think he
him,
should do?
him and Bronny, trash. Him and
Trash.
Bronny trash. Then they
Uh,
went fishing. I mean, he got an accolade. I ain't gonna take away what LeBron did, but look how long that LeBron have been in the league, bro, to get them accolades. You feel what I'm talking about? You know, he ain't no Jordan, he ain't no Kobe, man. It just he's this time's favorite basketball player. I feel in my eyes.
well, came into the league in 2003. He was the number one pick overall to Cleveland.
2003, 2026. He
That's when he
supposed to
came
be
in the league.
retired about time. That's what I'm saying. He came in the league in 2003. It's
Right,
2026.
right. So this is 23rd season being in the NBA. So for him, I praise LeBron very highly You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody had those Jordan and LeBron debates, the GOAT debates with Kobe and everybody else. I think to sum it all up to me, well, I salute him highly. You feel what I'm saying? Because the guy spends like $1 million to take care of his body, continue to compare at a high level.
Yeah,
So for him to get swept last night by the Oklahoma Thunder, I think to me, like you got to look at everything. Look at Donich. Had a hamstring injury, right? Okay, but the bitch wasn't producing for us. Like you got Vanderbilt, but Austin Reeves, Marcus Smart, they played their butts off. I think they played some good basketball to me, but uh, Ruka, I think I'm saying this name right. The guy wearing number 28, he was coming on at the wrong time. So when you playing a generational talent like SGA and the whole Oklahoma City Thunder, the whole team is just to me it's phenomenal. The bench, how they well organized and how them guys come to play. You know what I'm saying? So uh, I just salute SGA. He had 35 points last night. So well, LeBron had 24 points last night. So I think and then now after him being swept, he's a restricted free agent right now. So,
yeah.
uh, what you? I mean, to me, how would LeBron James be? How would they do him justice? Do you think LeBron James need to leave as a Laker, or do you need to think which team do you think would pretty much accommodate LeBron James?
Retiring.
But the man playing the high level.
We ain't playing in the high level.
He is playing the high level, bro. The man's
Talking about this
41 years
year?
old. Yeah. So if he wasn't playing at a high level, how the Lakers made it in the playoffs?
Yeah, I know you're a LeBron fan, so
Nah, man, I'm just getting that man the problem,
let
bro.
me let me let, let me say it in a nice way. If he do leave, which he ain't gonna leave LA, could run it up. Unless they gonna trade Bronny too. So if he do leave LA, ain't nobody else gonna want him. Cleveland don't want him. Miami don't want him.
He ain't gonna go back to those teams, man. I don't think so because it ain't about Bronny, him
Who
and
who,
Bronny.
who else want him? Ain't nobody else
You
gonna.
gotta think
Cause
of you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. The man the man trying to go for his fifth NBA championship, right? So you gotta think about it. To me, this is my personal opinion, like which team will accommodate LeBron James. It will be Golden State. I think it would be New York. He can do well with Houston, but you got KD down there. But then you got to also think about the players they might have to give up to get LeBron James. But I
yeah,
think, but I think perfectly, I think perfectly, the number one team in my book would fit LeBron James will be Stephen Curry in the Golden State Warriors. That's just my honest opinion because uh, the ball in his court. Because I really don't want to see LeBron James go back to Cleveland. I don't think he's gonna go back to Cleveland because the guy pretty much made LA his home. So and then you also got to think too now. LeBron James has a 50 million, I think $50.6 million option contract that's on the table. So the Lakers got a lot to consider for him, staying a Laker. But I honestly believe what the Lakers really need to do is I think they need to build a team around Luca. I think LeBron James really need to up out his contract. Really should say, hey, this is my last game as a Los Angeles Laker. I'm gonna try my talents elsewhere. But if he doesn't be on the right team, then I think LeBron James should consider retiring because you got to think about it. The man number one goal is to be an NBA champion again. And then the only team I really see him to achieving that, but two teams, like I said, either Golden State or New York. Now you got to think about New York. They got kind of after their towns. They got Jalen Bronson. They got Bridges. They got those guys up in New York. So you got to say to yourself, as a GM, as a head coach, like, hey, do I want to break my team up? These guys is clicking off cylinders, but if you got to get LeBron James, I had to get some players up, and so you get all those teams. I think the perfect team for him, like I said, would be the Golden State Warriors, because I don't think LeBron just going to go to Cleveland now. You think about Cleveland, they got Evan Mobley, they got Jerry Allen,
Mm-hmm.
they got James Harden, Donovan Mitchell. You got to say to yourself, I don't think Donovan Mitchell is might not be willing to able to play with LeBron James. And then, where that team is so young and they coming to emerge of being a championship contender, then you got to say LeBron James himself. He said, "Hey, I got to take a pay cut because you got to think about the salary cap, everything else, and then you talking about joining a contender team. So LeBron James gonna have to take a lower role and take a pay cut for him to even say not even to say the manager of a team. Well, that's what I'm looking at because the man got a $50.6 million contract on the table right now. You know what I'm saying, as we speak. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to the Lakers. Do they want to pick that up and pay it? Because I don't think the Lakers going to pay it. But the Lakers are not going to pay it. They going to, because you got to think about it too now. Also too now, they got Giannis. Milwaukee got uh, a deal with Giannis to be traded. So
Yeah.
it's so many ways it can be done. Because now Milwaukee is not going to be a championship team. I don't see LeBron James going to Milwaukee. Milwaukee Bucks. I don't see that happening. You know what I'm saying? So,
Milwaukee don't want him.
I mean, how you know that? Because you got to think about it. We talking about money now, bro. We talking about Milwaukee could easily give up Giannis for LeBron James easily, but Milwaukee gonna have to match that money, which LeBron James is asking for. But LeBron James asking for is $50.6 million, and then if he get that option picked up, they will make LeBron James a billionaire. Well, he is already a billionaire, but that's his clause right now because uh, we can go to bed tomorrow and wake up the day night and wake up tomorrow and the Lakers pick up the $50.6 million. So
Mm,
you got to think about it. If we gonna take the risk of breaking down our team for LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, Golden State, they young, they got young legs, and the only two veterans they have on their team is Stephen Curry and Draymond Green.
yeah.
Then you got to think about it. Draymond Green, well, I don't probably be friends like Draymond Green and LeBron James are best of friends. So I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be, I think for that to work,
You think he
Draymond
gonna
Green
go to
gonna have
Golden State
that Golden State.
and run with Steph down then did?
You got to think about it. Steph and Draymond, they looking for their fifth ring. So then they also too, they coach Steve Kerr just signed a 2 year deal, a 2 year extension. So you got to think about it. So he's telling Curry and Draymond, I'm gonna give you 2 more years to make a run at it. So I think also too that LeBron James would be a perfect fit to go to Golden State. I think he'd be the answer to their prayers, man. I'm telling you, because you got to think about it. You know how Golden State was in a play-in tournament and they lost. So if you just think about it. If LeBron James go to the Golden State Warriors right now, that team would be turned up. I promise you. If he take a pay cut or if Golden State got enough money to pick up that $50.6 million he asking for, Golden State can make another run for the championship. But for us, him going to Cleveland, New York, I really don't see that because I don't think they ready to dismantle their teams like that. Because New York is going to the Eastern Conference Finals. They got Jalen Brunson out there. Jalen Brunson is marketing out there, and but if some way that they can get LeBron James without losing any players, and also pick up his $50.6 million clause, they're gonna turn New York all the way up.
Yeah.
But I really don't see him going back to Cleveland because Donovan Mitchell is the new face of that team. You got Jared Allen out there, you got Evan Mobley out there, James Harden. They got James Harden out there. You know what I'm saying? So if LeBron so happen to go back to Cleveland, then that's not going to work. They're going to break their whole team up, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Unless LeBron, you know, taking in his heart that, hey man, I'm gonna take me a pay cut. But I really don't see LeBron James taking a pay cut, and then he got that $50.6 million option on the table. And you know what I'm saying? I really don't see it. So it's gonna be very interesting to see because now you got Giannis, uh, Milwaukee looking for a blockbuster deal, and that'd be real weird for me to see LeBron James go to Milwaukee Bucks, and then he's not gonna win no fifth NBA championship. Milwaukee Bucks, he's not gonna be able to. Now I can also see him in Dallas. I can see him going to Dallas, uh, reunite with Kyrie Irving. Then you got Cooper Flag out there. Then you got AD out there. They got a nice squad out there in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So if
Is he gonna
Dallas,
take Bronny with him? That's the thing about
man, anybody y'all try to make jokes about Bronny, man. Bronny good.
it.
Bronny good, man. He's not. That mission with Dad was to get him on in the NBA, and he accomplished that goal. He got his son in the NBA. I think Bronny
Bryce,
was.
Bryce better than Bronny.
Well, we'll see about that. They redshirted him in Arizona, so they really didn't give Bryce James the opportunity to display his talent. He did play a couple of games out there. He really did, but at the same time, they redshirted him. So we can't even speak on that right now because even though he might be better than his brother, but at the same time, you got to think about it. What LeBron just did, he just wanted his son to get drafted, and he accomplished that goal to get drafted. But his youngest son Bryce, he got his own. He can carry his own weight. So and the young man, I guess we're gonna have to wait, to see how Bryce do in Arizona. But I strongly believe that you know LeBron James will be a Golden State Warrior. I don't think he will return with the Lakers. But if nobody don't bring him that option to pick up that $50.6 million like I was talking about, then I think you'll see LeBron James retire. I really do. I think he'll retire as a Laker. I think that he'll go out just like that because now he that's the business. That's the he wanted the Lakers to pick up that $50.6 million option, but they did not in the beginning of the season. So now the future is Luca and Giannis. I see Giannis going to the Lakers, joining Luca and Marcus Smart and Vanderbilt and Austin Reeves. So Austin Reeves a free agent. Rua Okamara, I guess I'm saying his name right. The dude with number 28, he's a free agent. LeBron a free agent. So you got these key signings you gonna have to get to remain, a championship contender team. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
The Lakers got a lot to think about. Is we gonna keep Luca, sign Austin Reeves? So Austin Reeves gonna he asking for a max out contract. These guys gonna ask for max out contract. Then the only player they ain't got to sign right now is Marcus Smart. So you got to say, okay, is we gonna retain everybody that coming back, and then we got to pick up. If they're gonna keep LeBron James, they got to pick up that $50.6 million in order for him to stay in Los Angeles. Other than that, he's not gonna stay in Los Angeles. I think he retired as a Laker, but I strongly believe it's gonna be a crazy blockbuster going on between Giannis and LeBron James. Uh, I can see Giannis going to Golden State as well. That's a possibility too. But then if Giannis go to Golden State, then they're strong to lose some players, But Golden State got some young guys that's coming off the bench. There's I want to say Gary Payton's two son. I mean, yeah, Gary Payton's son still out there, and the rest of those young guys they got out there, they some pretty good ball players. You know, what I'm saying coming off the bench. So I think to me, to make perfect sense, will be Golden State Warriors. You know, to keep LeBron James. Other than that,
Golden State ain't gonna get them, man. I see him in Dallas before you go to Golden State.
okay, if he go to Dallas, okay, we got to know about the salary cap and what they willing to give up. Because you know you got to think about it. Uh, well, Dallas did trade AD to Washington. Okay, you got Cooper Flag out there. You got Kyrie Irving coming back. Who else was out there with Dallas? I can't think. I can't think right now. But uh, but is Mark Cuban gonna be willing and able to pick up that $50.6 million contract from LeBron James? You know what I'm saying? And LeBron and Dallas wasn't a championship contender team. They wouldn't end up they ain't make the playoffs. So you got to think about that as well. It's the only way gonna make sense that he's gonna be on the playoff championship team level. That's the only way he going that's the only way you gonna sell LeBron James because uh like I said, those guys, you know, the Lakers now they didn't do him no justice. And then for him, for them to get swept, I also think that the Lakers should have shot for, should have shot for a true point guard.
Man,
That could
Oklahoma did that team, man.
so well if they team, then we looking at a new dynasty, which is OKC and SGA. SGA is the new face of the NBA, and him and Ant Man and those the new generation of guys, they're emerging real fast. So, but if OKC goes to the NBA Finals and win the NBA Finals, then we're looking at a new dynasty, and that's for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it now. We waiting on Minnesota and San Antonio Spurs uh, a series to finish out, and I'm betting my money right now on Minnesota. They're gonna play against OKC because like I think Minnesota kind of figured it out. The answer to get Victim off, Wimby off his game. Like I keep saying in my previous videos, if you let him beat you down in the post, he gonna beat you every time. And setting your Antonio Spurs Stephen Council, like Dylan Harper, uh, like Durant, DeAndre Fox. I guess I'm saying his name right. De'Aaron Fox. Those guys are playing lights out basketball. So, but we'll see. But uh, Jaden McDaniels Minnesota is to me he's the X factor in that game. I mean, in that series, I think he's the bread and butter to Minnesota players. I think if him and Ant Man, saying play collective basketball together, I think Minnesota will win that series against San Antonio Spurs, and then to face Oklahoma Thunder in the Western Conference Final. But I don't see nobody beating OKC, man. I think this team is the new dynasty of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Because uh, that's how I see it, man. Because the Golden State Warriors reign to the championship is pretty much over with. But the only man that can bring Golden State back is two men can bring Golden State back is LeBron James and Giannis, and that's all I see on for as that go. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think LeBron James, I got him uh, as number three in my goat debate because you got to think about it. Michael Jordan, the man ain't never lost the NBA Finals. He's a six-time champion. Then you got Kobe Bryant. To me, that's number two to me in my goat debate, and LeBron James right behind Kobe. You know, that's how I feel about it because with him and you got to think about it, him and Jordan for us like the goat debate. Jordan elevated the NBA because you got to think about it when he was coming behind uh, Magic and Bird. And to me, what makes Jordan so great, but it's different because Jordan arch nemesis was like the Detroit Pistons, the New York Knicks. Then you had the Indiana Pacers out there. Then you had he went against Phoenix, and then he went against Portland. But in the East, it was Boston, Philly, Detroit, and the New York Knicks. Pat Ewing, that great team with the New York Knicks. You know what I'm saying? But then when it comes to LeBron James had like 8 to 9 NBA All Star on one team with the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors had Sean Livingston. Then you had Andre Aguilera out there. Then you had Stephen Curry, Draymond Green. That whole team was NBA All Star, first team NBA All Star. They go against one man, and there was LeBron James. And LeBron James, to me, he is the GOAT of this era. But the overall is Michael Jordan. The way Michael Jordan really just dominated when he was in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That what separates him from everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I think LeBron is this generation GOAT to me. You know what I'm saying? But Kobe Bryant, you can't leave out Kobe Bean Bryant. But Kobe Knox Nemesis was the Boston Celtics with Paul Pierce, Kevin Durant. I mean, not Kevin Durant, but Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen, and um, how them guys went at him, and it was just and Kobe Bryant was just the only star on the Lakers. So, but like I said, man, the only team would make sense for LeBron James to stay in the NBA and for his will be his 24th season, and he'll be 42 in December. So the only team will make sense for him will be Golden State Warriors, and the man still can play ball, man. So that's what I'm gonna say about on that subject right there. And I want to talk to you about how you feel about the Detroit Pistons and the Cleveland Cavaliers series. Night before last, Cleveland had went on a um, 24-0 sprint in the last game. The Detroit Pistons lost to Cleveland Cavaliers, 103 to 112. Um, with James Harden, I had made a mistake about James Harden. I ain't know James Harden had 24 points, but he had I think he had like 6 or 7 assists in the game, while Donovan Mitchell basically took over that game with 43 points, and then Mobley and Allen contribute. Like Mobley had 17 and Allen had 9. And I just want to get your thoughts about that Detroit series. Your thoughts and opinion about that.
I watched a little bit of it with my folks. I mean, Detroit playing some good old ball. I guess they're trying to bring the bad boys back to life again.
God, they'll never be like that again, dog. They
Nah,
cause
I'll just say that
I
what
mean,
my
you can say what
cousin
you want to
said.
say, man. You can say what you want
I
to
ain't
say.
say it with me. I said it with my cousin said. I ain't say it with me now. I said it with my
Now,
cousin said.
okay, you got to think about that. Now, in order for to say that is like Stewart, he's a defensive specialist. Him and Durham, right? But those guys are not putting up the double numbers. Dewar
Uh,
did in a couple of series, but and they still bring a defensive presence, but they're nothing like the Detroit Bad Boys. The only team who I compare to the Detroit Bad Boys when Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Rip Hamilton, then you had Chauncey Billups out there, then you had Tayshaun Prince. To me, that's like the second verse of the Bad Boys. But it would be no team like Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Bill Laimbeer, Vinnie Johnson. Those guys. They in the whole class by themselves. And I never put a team that that's uncomparable. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at the era. You know what I'm saying? That the style of play and everything else. But then you got uh, Tobias Harris. He contributed like 16 points, but then
Yeah, he was
they
balling. Yeah, I'm gonna say he was balling.
yeah, Tobias Harris. I really think Philadelphia 76ers made a mistake about trading him because they took, Cleveland basically took Cam Cunningham out the game. The man ain't had but 19, but they let Levert open. Levert had 24, Reed had 15. And he's another defensive player, young guy that's the defensive player they have that's emerging real well. But Stewart and Duran, they got to bring it. You know what I'm saying? And then Detroit don't even have a bench, so I strongly believe the X factor to me, and I keep saying this, is James Harden. If they play tonight, they play tonight at 7 o'clock. If James Harden play like he did the last game, and then Donovan Mitchell is turning up, he is turning up. But Jared Allen and Mobley got to step up again. I think if they get like 15 to 20 points from both of them guys, man, Cleveland win the whole series, and Cleveland gonna
Yeah,
take the series. I think Cleveland gonna take it, but in order for the Pistons to take this series, they're gonna have to find another way to get Cade Cunningham in the game and get him the ball. Because when I was watching the game, they Cleveland was in the 2-3 zone trapping him. They every time he touched the ball, they was in his grill. You know what I'm saying? So
hmm
if they can if Tobias Harris can facilitate that offense, go through him and get Cade kind of open, they leave Cade in that wing position because Cade can play he can play 2 and 3. You know what I'm saying? So Detroit gonna have to go big if order that them to happen that away. But um that's the only way I see Detroit winning this series. And then they got to be consistent on shooting. This been like a pole shooting game. You know what I'm saying? But Donovan Mitchell, he really started turning it up now, man. And I think Cleveland got the answer, man. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see it again tonight. What Cleveland does tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they play at seven
I might
o'clock.
watch that game.
Yeah, they play at 7 o'clock. But you know what I'm saying? But the game that I was talking about, man, Cleveland made a 24-0 run in the third quarter. Then, which led, Donovan Mitchell to have 43 points in that game at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So I got my money on Cleveland. And I think Cleveland going to take them on out so they can face the New York Knicks. But I think the New York Knicks, this is their time to win the NBA championship. I think um, it would be them versus OKC. I strongly believe OKC. I mean New York Knicks going to give SGA the run for his money, cause you're gonna have to put Bridges on SGA. Jalen Brunson can't guard him. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Jalen Brunson guarding SGA that well, because if he does guard him, SGA gonna have a field day on him. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have to double him. They gonna have to pretty much press him and double team him. You know what I'm saying? If
hmm
that if that so happen to meet in the playoffs. But then if it be Minnesota and New York Knicks in the NBA Finals, New York gonna take it. I give that 4 games to 2. With I see they going like 6 games because. But if Ant Man let
See game.
Jalen,
You talking about going see game? Game 6.
I said that if New York Knicks so happen to go against Minnesota Timberwolves in NBA Finals, I see that going 6
Okay.
because New York is playing lights out basketball. That bench, they also about the depth of the bench, like Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle. You know, he's sometimes Rudy Gobert is inconsistent in his play. You know what I'm saying? But Julius Randle, he gonna bring it all the time. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
in order for Minnesota to even win a championship, Rudy Gobert gonna have to play. He gonna have to play aggressive than he really is, because right now Julius Randle, when they going against the Spurs right now, they putting bodies on Victor. They frustrating Victor, and so that's the only way that Minnesota's going to beat San Antonio Spurs. They keep aggravating Victor. You know what I'm saying? Don't let him beat you on that post, because if he get down on that post, Victor gonna beat them each and every time. Then they're gonna open up the other guys, like I was talking about, Dylan Harper, Stephon Council, and the rest of those guys in San Antonio. And those guys can shoot the ball. They got some shooters on San Antonio. So uh, that's the only two series I'm very interested in now is the Detroit Pistons and Cleveland and San Antonio and the Minnesota. But that's just my scenario, how I see it if, saying those scenarios come to play, you know what I'm saying? Because the only team might get OKC is might be New York Knicks. You know what I'm saying? So if they so happen to meet in the NBA finals. But we'll see, man, because this is gonna be very interesting, what I'm saying. Now OKC is in the Western Conference final win on these two teams to play, and then New York is waiting on uh Cleveland and Detroit, man. So hey, man, I'm loving it, man. I just see this gonna be very interesting, coming down to the wire right now. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's real though.
yeah. So
I
man,
don't know, man, cause I ain't really got no NBA team no more. I like Golden State, but they out. So,
well, the only person gonna rejuvenate them is gonna be LeBron James.
ha! I feel you, Carl.
I'm just being honest because if they who they lost to in the play, it was Phoenix. I think they lost to. Um, yeah, it was Phoenix. So what I'm saying. Booker was playing lights out basketball against Golden State, and then I think Curry was still kind of hurt, and what I'm saying, Damon Green was still kind of hurt, but they played through their injuries, man. You know what I'm saying? So they still play good basketball, but they don't have another option. Golden State don't have another option. Gary Payton second was coming along. You know what I'm saying? But the guy wasn't, he wasn't consistent enough. You know what I'm saying? And they do got,
Yeah,
but they do got a young bench now. So they traded some of their key players when they made that fold. When they like Wiggins, Andre Wiggins, and I think who else got traded along with them because they had some good guys on them, man. But to rejuvenate Golden State is going to be LeBron James, man. Unless in the draft, the NBA draft coming up, unless they pick up somebody that's up and coming, you know what I'm saying, to accommodate them to make a run for it. But I either Giannis, they could take a chance on Giannis. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But they gonna have to give up some players to get Giannis, and they're gonna be the only way. But I see nobody but LeBron James, bringing Golden State back, playing with Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, and I guarantee you Giannis will go to the Lakers because now, like I said, man, Austin Reed asking for a max contract. They can pretty much start rebuilding. They need some shooters. They might keep Vanderbilt. They might keep Marcus Smart. They might keep I can't think of that dude's name, man. Rule. I guess I say Rule. I'm gonna say Rule. You know what I'm saying? If they can keep those guys, but they might let Austin Reeves go because he asking for a max contract. But if they had enough money to match it and still keep everybody, then they ain't gonna keep LeBron James. I definitely they definitely ain't gonna keep LeBron James.
yeah, yeah. That's true.
So
That's true.
yeah, cause they if Lakers are willing and able to sign everybody, including LeBron James, so they're gonna have to pay LeBron James that $50.6 million that I was mentioning about. But I don't know who else going to pick him up, man, because I don't think Houston's going to take him because they still got KD out there, and they might re-sign KD, and then they got the young talent out there, Thompson. They might keep everybody around KD. So
Mm-hmm. And deal around KD.
yeah, so I don't think Houston's going to make any changes. The only thing they might do is make a draft pick or something if they drafted somebody or not. But who knows? But I strongly believe that. Uh, Last night was LeBron James last night as a Laker. You know what I'm saying? But if nobody don't come up with the options of him picking him up, I think you will see LeBron James pretty much retire. And so that's my final thought about on him on that because that's the only teams will make sense for him to continue to play. And I really don't see the New York Knicks, you know, what I'm saying breaking up their team that well. You know, what I'm saying got Bridges and Count Anthony Towns and Jalen Bronson. I don't see them breaking that team up no time soon. You know what I'm saying? So and you know, but like if LeBron James do go to New York, he gonna have to take a pay cut. I don't see him taking no pay cut, you know, because this a business. You know, LeBron James gonna want that 50 million. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To you know, pretty much if he get that 50 million, then he gonna pretty much walk away after the. I get him one more season. If somebody get him that 50.6 million dollars, then he'll retire. He'll retire next year, most definitely. And then I think that is my final thought on this situation, bro.
I think he gonna still be there when Bryce get there.
I don't think so. I don't see that, man, because you got to think about it. That's another 3 4 years. And then you know Arizona just redshirted him last year before they went in the tournament. You know what I'm saying? So and the coach out there in Arizona, whoever the coach is, they really like Bryce, and so they go develop him even more. You know what I'm saying? So I think Bryce had played like at least about five to 10 games last year,
Yeah, he
but
played. He played 10 games.
yeah, so you know he's still in development stage, and so they gonna get him bigger. Cause the young man, he about 6'9". He like his daddy, but he just skinny. So
Uh,
he's 6'9". So like I said, they're gonna develop him. They gonna make they gonna most definitely gonna probably got him on some weights right now. They're gonna try to make him bigger. So around next year we gonna see Bryce James emerge real for real. Just like Carmelo Anthony's son. He's playing lights out basketball in Syracuse.
yeah,
So
yeah. He balling.
yeah, he balling for real. So I think his name Kalen Anthony. So he yeah he ready. He been ready, man. Carmelo did an excellent job with his son. I salute Carmelo Anthony, not only being the father, but you know just really just producing his son the way he produced him. You know what I'm saying? So I salute him on that one. You know what I'm saying? But uh, Bronny ain't no bad. He's a decent player, but his brother Bryce going to be the elite player. Uh, the second to me that's the second coming of LeBron James. But ain't nobody got that phenomenal talent like his dad. You know what I'm saying? We'll never see that again. So I think we need to appreciate LeBron James. You know, over the year we should have just appreciated the man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But 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 what makes Jordan the GOAT is because he well I think Scottie Pippen was a superstar to me too. But you talking about a whole different era. We you know with
He was
Horace
a
Grant,
superstar.
yeah. But he didn't but Jordan didn't play with a whole lot of superstars. It was just him and Scottie Pippen, and then he had some shooters.
Oh. They
You
had
got
a
to think.
squad.
Well, Tony Kukoc was their third option. But then you talking about the old Bulls team.
Steve Kerr.
The old Bulls team was like with John Paxson. Then you had Horace Grant,
What BJ? What
B.J. Armstrong, B.J.
BJ
Armstrong.
Armstrong?
Yeah, they still had shooters, but I like the '96 Bulls team through '98 when they had Kukoc, Luke Longley. You know what I'm saying? They
Dennis
had some
Rodman,
Dennis Rodman. Yeah, I like that Bulls team with Ron Harper and you know that
Ron Harper.
they 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 that was the it factor to me. You know what I'm saying? They really brought Jordan to their merge. You know what I'm saying? But uh, Jordan Jordan didn't play with no Dwayne Wade or Chris Bosh. You feel what I'm saying? And then and Wholesome, you know, I mean Wholesome, you know, sitting down to in Miami, LeBron. I see what to me Cleveland didn't do him no justice the first time around. They were just basing it all on him. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't build around LeBron James. That's why LeBron James had went to Miami to play with D
Mm-hmm.
Wade because at the time, Paul Pierce, they were kicking his butt. Dwayne Wade and they were kicking his butt. Who was still in the leagues then? I think Iverson and them still in the league, but there was the latter years of Iverson. But those guys was kicking his butt. So San Antonio was beating him. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made LeBron James go to Miami because Cleveland was not building around him. But at the time he was with Cleveland, they had Larry Hughes. I think they had Larry Hughes. They had Eric Snow. They had who else they had? Man, I can't think of right now. Shucks, I can't think right now. I remember Larry Hughes. They had Larry Hughes and Eric Snow on the two. And Derek McKay. I think they're Derek McKay. He was another kind of 2-point guard, shooting guard. They had no. I think I'm getting him mixed up, man. He never played with the Cavaliers. He played with the 76ers. They were Allen Iverson in them days. But I apologize about that. But anyway, LeBron had Larry Hughes with him, so they really wasn't building. They really wasn't building around LeBron James like they should have, and so that's why he played with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. You get what I'm saying? So if Miami could have stayed, that team could have stayed together, and they had brought like two more superstars. But then Chris Bosh had kidney issues, so that's kind of dismantled the Miami Heat thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much it, man. For with LeBron James, man, to me, because there's like two different areas and everything else. They really didn't give, they really didn't do LeBron James no justice to me. At Cleveland, he was the first time around, but he did go to the NBA Finals. He did took that team to the NBA Finals. Like what he went to the NBA Finals like 10 times.
Yeah.
So I think the first six was with Cleveland.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's pretty much it. But my whole subject for today, man, about LeBron James, the playoffs, and everything else, man. So if you got any final thoughts, just go ahead.
Man, shout out to Kirk Cinetti, man. What he did today at the White House visit, man. He told them roll tide. He's a Hoosier fan. What y'all talking about? Y'all ain't ready, man. This year gonna be a good year. I promise you.
Okay, so there's gonna be a whole nother subject. I'm gonna come back with another subject. Do you think Caleb DeWar deserved that extension after that worst embarrassing loss with the Indiana Hoosiers in the playoffs? There's gonna be a whole nother subject. I'm gonna say that so you think about it. I'm gonna save it, but
I got you.
we're
I
gonna,
already know what I'm gonna say.
but okay, but we're gonna end the show right now, dog. I'm just gonna just let everybody know where they can find you at, man. And they reach you at on Money Groove. Just tell
Money Rules not on Facebook, TikTok. Instagram is the real call love for God, man. Y'all check me out, man. I do karaoke on TikTok and Facebook, so y'all come check me out, man. I be singing some good songs. I be rapping some good songs. Y'all come holler at me, man. And we coming back with the Money Groove football reaction when football season start with me and Cole. So y'all be prepared for this season, man. We're gonna have a good time.
all right. Appreciate that, man. But I'm gonna touch upon some college football subject myself while it's still not in season, but y'all can catch me at Trade the Guru, Sports Talk, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And I'm trying to boost up my Instagram as well. So that's all the time that I have for y'all today, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna shout out my boy Steve Walker. That's the only one I'm gonna shout out. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody can't stop me and Glue what we got going on. So we'll
Can't
holler at
start the
y'all.
hustle, baby.
Can't stop, man. We building our own table down here. We
I
out.
done made that song. You can't stop the hustle. You can't stop the hustle. It's in our DNA. You can't stop the hustle. Yeah, can't stop the hustle, man.
Yeah, we building our own table down there. We holler at y'all. 100.